now we'll study about brick. Okay, brick composition. Okay, so we have to, like, brick is a very important material. Now we, our homes, we are using brick masonry. In compound walls we are using bricks. Everywhere we see in flooring we can use brick. So brick is a very important construction material. So we have to always give salam to this brick. Okay, so what is the constituent? Salam. Okay, see, brick color, it is given as red. So red color or deep red color, that is given by iron. So we should not forget about iron. Okay, so we have to include iron, not the least but before that. Okay, so these are the constituents of brick. S stands for silica, A alumina, L for lime, A for alkalis, I for iron oxide, M for, what is the last one? Magnesia. Okay, these are the constituents. Okay, so silica this is in their decreasing order. Okay, so silica will be maximum, so we can put it as 50%. Okay, then alumina 20%, lime 10%. Okay, these constituent will be about 80%. This will be about 80%. So we have to put a range for this. So let us put at 50 to 60%. This as 20 to 30%. This as 10% itself. Okay, now alkali will be, this will be about 80%. So this will be less than 20%. Okay, because we are putting the range, so this should be less than 20%. So alkalis will be how much? Alkali which should be below this, na? So we are putting 7%, less than 7%. Sorry, alkalis will be less than 10%. Okay, less than 10%. And iron oxide, it will be less than 7%. Then magnesia, it will be less than 1%. Okay, so we have learned about brick composition, salam, and in not the last, before that we have to put the color of the brick. So we are adding iron oxide. Okay, so silica and alumina, these are the major constituents. So silica is the first one, we have to give it 50%. So the next one will be 20%, and then the next one is 10%. This will totally constitute 80%, and then the remaining will be less than 20%. So we put it in decreasing order like this. Okay, now we have to discuss about what are these functions of these constituents. Okay, so we'll now discuss about the constituent of these. Okay, first one is silica. Okay, silica, see, silica, S is there. Okay, so it will retain one S and it will prevent one S. Okay, so what will it retain? It will retain the shape of the brick. Okay, then what will it prevent? It prevent what? Shrinkage. Okay, it prevents shrinkage means that what? It makes the brick durable, because it prevents shrinkage, so means it will make the brick durable. Okay, so silica is like this. Then what? Then we have to discuss like excess. If silica is more, if silica is more in the form as uncombined silica. Okay, silica can exist in uncombined form and combined form. Okay, so combined form means it will be with alumina, it will be combined with alumina. So otherwise it will be like uncombined, that is more like sand. So if sand is present more, okay, if uncombined silica or other mean other way it is sand. Okay, if sand is present more in brick, what will happen? Sand is having uncohesion. It's not having cohesion, so it is uncohesion is there. Uncohesion is the word. It is not having any cohesion. No cohesion. So what happen? It doesn't have cohesion means it will behave like brittle. So what will happen? It makes the brick as brittle. Okay, it makes the brick brittle. So that is that if silica is in excess, it makes the brick brittle. Okay, study this like a story, then you can remember each and everything. Okay, so that is it. Then the next constituent we have to learn is alumina. Okay, alumina. See, alumina is like the next 20% of the content is alumina. Alumina, you put here P, then read like this. It improves the plasticity. Okay, the major uses, it improves plasticity. Okay, that is the major use of this alumina. Okay, if it is in excess, what will happen? It creates cracks. Okay, in brick. Okay, so that is regarding alumina. Okay, then the next component is lime. Okay, lime, it is like, see, silica, see this Li. So something is regarded same in silica and lime. Okay, so what will be it? The second use of silica. What is that? It prevents shrinkage. Okay, prevents shrinkage. Okay, then what? Then one thing is that silica and lime. Okay, here it melt silica. Okay, lime, Me is there, it melt silica. Okay, it melt silica if in excess. Okay, if in excess it melts silica. Okay, that is it. And so if it melts the silica is a major constituent. So what will happen? The brick will lose its shape. Brick loses its shape. Okay, that will be the consequence. Okay, now the next content is magnesia. Magnesia. Okay, magnesia, this imparts yellow color. There is a tint of yellow color in brick. Now that yellow color is given by magnesia. Okay, that is there. Then the next constituent is iron, as iron oxide. Okay, so iron oxide, as we have already understood, it gives a red color to brick. Okay, imparts red color. Impart dark red, we name it as deep red. Okay, deep red color to brick. Okay, so if iron oxide is present in sufficient quantity, the brick will behave like an iron man. Okay, it will behave like an iron man. Means what? It will be strong and it will be hard. Okay, and if it is strong and hard, then it will be durable. Durable, and this, it will make it impermeable. Okay, it will make brick impermeable. Okay, so these are the constituents. Okay, then we have to discuss about various harmful substances present in brick. Okay, harmful substances. Harmful substances. What are the harmful substances? If lime is in excess, lime is in sufficient quantity, there is no problem. But if lime is in lumps, okay, if lime occurs in lumps, these lumps will absorb the moisture. Okay, it will absorb the moisture and it will like make the brick unsound. It will swell and it will make the brick unsound. Okay. Then the next one is iron pyrites. Okay. Iron pyrites. This it will oxidize and decompose. When the brick oxidize, it will get decomposed. Okay, decomposed. And when it decomposes, it form, the brick will be like splitted. Okay, splits are formed. Okay, that is regarding iron pyrites. The next one is alkali. In limited quantity there is no problem, otherwise this will cause efflorescence. What is efflorescence? The brick when it is having moisture content, when H2O is like present in it, this moisture content is absorbed by this alkalis and it will create a crystalline form. Okay, this crystalline form, this will form as crystal, it will get crystallized, and this crystallized, it will occur as white particles, as white patches on the surfaces. Okay, when we are like during our like masonry, when it is formed, we will pour water on it na. That time we have to make sure that we are only providing enough water so that the mortar becomes strong. We should not pour excess of water on this brick, otherwise this efflorescence will increase, and we have to remove it by dry cloth or something like that. We should not wet it again and clean it. Okay, we should remove this by dry cloth or some dry brushes. Okay, otherwise this crystallization and efflorescence will increase. Okay, then the other one is organic matter. Organic matter. Okay, organic matter, these are like see our vegetables or other organic materials. If that is decomposed and present in this brick, what will happen? If when the brick is burnt in the kiln, this will be like decomposed. This will evaporate na, because this organic matter will evaporate, and that there will be a void created, and the brick will become permeable. Brick will be permeable, and it will be having least strength, so low strength will be also there. Okay, because of this organic matter, the brick will become permeable, and it will have what, it will have low strength. Okay, so these are the harmful substances present in bricks. Okay, so that's it.